Welcome to this 30-minute stretch class. We're going to start with just a little bit of really light swinging just to open up, get things moving a little bit. So stretching is one of the most important things that you can do. Get your blood circulating around, helps with the healing process, opens up your muscles, and it generally makes you feel a bit more relaxed. So I always like to start these classes with a little bit of just gentle arm swinging, really relax, cross your body, with a different arm on top each time. Stretching right up now onto your toes, just starting to open things out. Good, and then across your body again. And then you can come in with your hands onto your lower back like this, and just circling your hips. Oh, I seem to have got a dog who's come to join us. And going round the other way. So about 3 times in each direction, and you're really trying to get your pelvis moving. Nice big movements all the way around, trying to open up your pelvis. And again, a really good stretch right up this time, right onto your toes. You're going to take your arms out to the side, take your wrists right back, all the way back and down. Right up, take your wrists all the way back and down. Right up, all the way back and down. Give your hands a bit of a shake out, give your legs a little bit of a shake out, and you're just going to twist from side to side now. Nice and briskly, just letting your arms fly out to the side, don't hold them at all. Feel loosening up into your upper back this time. Good, give your hands a shake, give your legs a shake. And then we're going into just some circling backwards with your shoulders. So this is all about back and down, opening out your chest. Opening out. We tend to always hunch forward when we're doing things. So when you're circling your shoulders, you always want to open them backwards and down. Backwards and down. And again. And now we're going into one shoulder, then the other. Really opening out. Feeling it coming all the way down to your feet, all the way down your spine, right the way down into your feet. Feel your feet rooting onto the ground, nice and solid, but you've got flexibility in the rest of your body, starting to feel that opening right out, getting everything moving. And again, right up onto your toes, take your arms out and back and down, out and back and down, out and back and down, and then back into some hip circling. It's always really good to do a little bit of work on your upper body, and then make sure you're taking it down into your lower body as well. Oh, the dog's now found something to chew. She, as you can see, is also having a nice stretch, kind of doing a downward dog from yoga. Nice demonstration, look. Good, circling your shoulders, this time a little bit more briskly, getting the blood going a little bit, getting everything moving a little bit. Good, I'm just going to pop you in your bed, take your chew into there, there we go, up in there, there you go, good. Okay, and I'm back again, and now we're just going to do a little bit of just turning your head to one side. All the way round, try and get the point of your chin towards the point of your shoulder. Holding it there, and again, right round. You can see as I'm doing this, my feet are rooted on the ground, my knees are fairly straight, and I'm just pulling up from the top of my head. So the way we normally stand is a bit slumped down like this. I'm just pulling up from the top of my head, and as I do that, my core naturally starts to work, my shoulders naturally drop. So I've got my feet rooted, relaxing into my normal, rather slumped posture, feeling a string at the top of my head, and I just pull up. And you don't have to think about what's happening, doing anything specific with your belly or with your shoulders. They'll just happen naturally as you make your spine straighter and longer. So now we're going into more of these nice circles backwards, just to keep that posture, let everything relax out. And again, turning your head all the way to the right and holding it, and all the way to the left and holding it. So this good posture is a good thing to practice from time to time because it gets all those little postural muscles working. You don't have to hold it rigid all the time, but if you just activate those muscles, they'll start to work on their own. Good. Head facing forward, and now we're dropping left ear to left shoulder. And just keep the shoulder down, keep your shoulders nice and straight, and just dropping your shoulders down. And over to the other side. Again, feeling it stretch all the way down here, keeping your shoulders nice and straight. And back again. Relax into it. The thing about stretching is just relax into it. Don't force it. Use the weight of your head to stretch those muscles. Once more over to the right. Really open it up. And you will find that one side is tighter than the other, possibly because you're using a phone or carrying a bag or holding a baby, something like that. And come back to the centre again. And again, loosen everything up. Just get everything moving. Have a good stretch up and down. Right up. Take this wrist right back. Now we can come from the right, drop your chin down and circle over to the left. Don't go all the way around the back because that's not great for the upper vertebrae and the neck, the upper bones up in the top of your neck. So you're coming from one side, you're dropping down, and you're coming up the other side. You're doing like a scoop across. Good. And again, have a good straight shake out and a bit of a spin from side to side. Opening up. And then into a nice big hip circle. And as you go through this stretch class, you should feel that things start to loosen up, things start to warm up. You get a bit more movement happening and it all feels a bit more comfortable and a bit warmer and a bit looser. Good. Give your legs a kick out again. Kick your heels, toes out, heels out. Just get that all moving. Give your arms a shake out. Now we're going to go down and start stretching the legs. So we're going to go into a quad stretch. If you need to hold on, hang on to something. This isn't about your balance necessarily. You're taking your foot up behind you. You can see with me, I'm getting my heel right up to my backside and my knees are really well aligned. So this is a stretch because it's a big muscle. We're going to hold for about a minute because you'll only stretch these really big muscles like the quads and the hamstrings if you hold the stretch for a minute. Now you can keep holding on if your balance isn't good enough. If your balance is good, you can just stand on the one leg. And if it's really good, you can take one hand up and stretch the opposite side. But the important thing is about the alignment of your knees. They're close together and you're getting your heel on your backside. And you're holding that for at least a minute. So if you get wobbly, take your hand down, hold on. So you've got about 15 seconds left to go of this stretch. Keep pulling up on your foot. Give it a really good pull. You feel the stretch, of course, all the way down to your knee, across the front of your hip. And then you can release that leg out nice and slowly. Give it a shake. Give your hands a shake it out. And then you're going to swap over and you're going to go to the other leg. You're going to get that nicely aligned and up behind you. And again, we're holding for that minute. Again, don't worry if your balance isn't good, hold on to something. If your balance is good and you can get the alignment right, you can take your hand up. You're going to keep holding, pulling that foot up towards your backside. Keep your knees aligned, close in, feel the stretch all the way down the front of your thigh. Keep stretching up. holding. It's got to be held for a minute to make a difference. And if you're really tight at the beginning, it does change. So we've got about another 10 seconds to go. All right, I'm busy looking at the clock. Keep pulling and come out of that stretch. Give it a good swing, give your hips a bit of a circle and stretch up and round and back. Up and round and back. Loosen your upper back up, loosen your arms because you've been using them to hold on. Okay, give your legs a bit of a shake. Now we're going to come down onto one knee. You need something to hold on to at the side here. So go onto one knee out in front, slightly far out, and you're just stretching forward onto that knee. I'm going to show you that from the side as well. Again, you're going to hold that one for a minute. So you watch me from here. You're going right forward, you're keeping your back nice and straight, and you're stretching at the front, down the front of your thigh, across your front of your hip. I'm going to come around this way to do the stretch because then I can watch my clock. And again, we're going to hold this one for a minute. So you're stretching right forward, and we're holding this for a minute. Keep your back nice and straight. Just let yourself slowly sink into that stretch. And you feel it across the front of your hip, all the way down to your knee, nice and relaxed. Sink a little bit further if you can. Keep your back nice and straight. Another 5 seconds to go. Good. Push back out of that one. And if you want to, you can sit down back onto your heel. Keep your fingers either side of you. Sink down. Take that leg out in front of you. And let this front leg just sink down towards the floor. Stretches across your knee on the other leg. Just to go into the opposite side of the stretch. And then you're going to come out of that. And we're going to go and stretch the other leg. So again, this leg nice and far forward. And you're just sinking down, stretching across the front of this one. And we're holding this for another minute. Nice and relaxed. Let just your body weight and gravity take things slowly forward. Keep sinking slowly into that stretch. Shoulders relax. Sink down a little bit lower if you can. Really good for opening up this hip. And you're going to push slowly out of that one. Sit back on your heel, take your fingertips back. Straighten the knee out in front. Let this knee sink towards the floor. You'll find that one leg is looser, one side is always looser than the other. If you're right-handed, it's usually your right side which is tighter, and your left side's a bit more flexible, because we tend to tense up on the side we're using most, and it can be it's vice versa if you're left-handed. Okay, come back out of that again. And give your legs a good shake out and back into, just to redress all of that, a little bit of hip circling. And a good stretch up and around, loosen that out. Now we're going to stretch the calves, particularly in the back of your knee. So this is gastrocnemius that runs down here. So to do that, you're going to go over to a step. And once you're on your step, hopefully you can still see me, I am putting the balls of my foot on the step. So this part of my foot here is going to rest on the step, and I'm going to be dropping my heels down. So make sure you hold on tight. Better to do it on a bottom step. Don't fall backwards. Balls of the foot on the step, straighten your knees, pull up tall from the top of your head, and drop your heels down. Push your knees straight and just drop your heels. Drop into the stretch. Push your knees straight. You feel that all the way up the back of your calves into the back of the knees. And again, we're going to hold this for at least a minute. As you pull up tall, you feel your core working here in your belly, feel your shoulders relaxing. And this good postural alignment is really important. So you stretch these muscles evenly. And as you go through the stretch, keep pushing your knees a little bit straighter and dropping your heels down, and feel that stretch build a little bit. You do these stretches every day, every couple of days, your muscles will start to get more flexible. They might feel horrible at the beginning, but they'll start to feel better and better as you keep going. We've got about 20 seconds left to do of this stretch. You can keep this one, because these are such big muscles, you can keep this going for 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes if you've got really tight muscles. But we'll do this for just about a minute today. Keep sinking down. And push up out of that, come out of it and give your legs a bit of a shake out. If you've got sore at the bottom of your feet, it's definitely worth doing this with that one with shoes on. And then loosen your hips around, it's great. And up, round and back. Give them a good shake out. Now, the next one we're going to go on to is stretching hamstrings here. This can be really tight on people, particularly if you're doing a lot of sitting. Or cycling is the other one that can really tighten these muscles up. So the hamstrings goes through your backside here, into just below your knee, right the way down the back of the thigh. Really important muscle because it plays so much into low back pain. If your hamstrings are tight, you're likely to have pain in your lower back, and quite often sciatic pain, because the sciatic nerve, which comes from your lower back, goes all the way down the back of your leg, can get just caught up. So keeping those free is really, really important. So to do that, you need a door frame, like this one. What I'm going to do is I'm going to lie down. So when you come down, make sure you've got a pillow to put your head on. You're going to come down onto your side, and then, I'm going to get my timer quickly. Actually, I need to take that with me, so that we know that we're holding these for a minute. You're going to come down onto your side, onto your door frame. What you need to do is get your backside right up against the frame. Right up to there. Make sure you've got a pillow so you're nice and comfy. And your leg you're stretching goes up the door frame. And the one you're not stretching goes through the opening. That's my way. Now, it might be when you first do this that you can't get anywhere near. And you may have to start with your backside a bit away from the frame and gradually work, or with your knee a bit bent. But if you do it every day, every couple of days, it will change. It's possible to change. So you're going to get your knee really straight. Foot needs to be aligned, so the sole of your foot is pointing towards the ceiling. Knee is straight. You don't want to be crooked like this. You want to be straight legged, not twisted. And we're going to push on your lower thigh, and you're going to hold this for a minute. Got the right way up. And we're just going to gently push on the lower thigh and get that nice and straight. Just working into that stretch. Keep your body relaxed at the top here, your face relaxed, shoulders relaxed. This is why it's important you've got a nice mat or a blanket or something to lie on, so you're nice and warm. Don't let your foot, when starting to move a little bit out to the side, just correct that, so it's, and keep that really steady, good stretch on it. You've got to hold the stretch for at least a minute on these big muscles to make a difference. Got about 10 seconds left to go. Keep pushing, really good last push. Get it as straight as you can, and then slide your heel down the door frame. Give it a good stretch up to your chest. And what you're then going to do is roll over onto your side, and you're going to come up so that you can swap round in your door frame. I can't do that here because I've got some stairs in the way, so I'm going to open this one up, and I'm just going to go the other way through here. I'm just going to open my cupboard up a bit. Come in here, so you're going to swap round so you can do the other leg. There we go, make sure you've got your cushion nice and comfortable. Come down onto your side and get your backside right up against the door frame. Again, other leg up the side of the door frame. The leg that you just stretched is straight through the opening. And you're going to hold that stretch on the other leg again for another minute. Relax into it, and you can keep pressing on the knee if you want to, just to really make sure. I always find, because I'm predominantly right-handed, my left leg is always a bit less tight than my right. So get it a bit straighter, I can pull the toes up to my nose a little bit easier. But you'll feel that stretch all the way up the back of your leg. And you're going to keep holding that one. Swap hands so I can have a look at the timer. Another 15 seconds to go. Keep pushing on that knee. Good, slide that leg down, give it a bit of a hug up to your chest, and you're going to roll out of the door frame. Oops. And come back up. Billow back up that way. Oops, got this stuck. Just unstick that. And come back up into standing. Ooh, looks like a battery. Put that one back in again. Got a bit of the clock working. And you're going to come into some hip circling again. Just hands on your lower back and just circling around. Good. And a good stretch. Just balance everything out. Give it a bit of a stretch out again. Just make sure everything feels nice and loose. Right, now we're going to come down onto the floor. So you need a mat and you need a pillow to lie down on. So we're going to come down onto the floor here. When I go down onto the floor, I always like to say to people, go down onto your shoulder and roll onto your back. Don't go straight down onto your back because it's quite hard work on your back. So I'm going to go down onto my shoulder here, roll over onto my back. And as you can see, I've got my knees bent up. Just move away from the camera a little bit so you can see me a bit better. And once I'm on the floor, my knees are bent up, my feet are a little bit apart. I'm just going to do a little bit of pelvic tilting. So I'm rocking my pelvis away from the mat and into the mat. Away from the mat and into the mat. I'm going to just come sideways so you can see that a bit better. Just walk around this way. And I hope you can see I'm going right away, I'm arching my back, and then I'm rocking in. Right away and in. So as you rock backwards, this is what's engaging your core. So you're rocking your pelvis away from the mat, into the mat, away from the mat, into the mat. Making an arch here as you go away, as your pelvis rocks forward, and then pressing your lower back into the mat as the pelvis rocks backwards. Really, really good exercise for your lower back. You can do this in sitting as well. It's one of the most important exercises for your lumbar spine and your lower back that you can do. Rocking away, rocking in. Rocking away, rocking. It's a nice exercise to do this first thing in the morning, just to get things loosened up if you have a big back pain. It's a really nice exercise to do in sitting, if you're sitting at your desk, just loosening that all up. Really important exercise. And then the next one we're going to do, again we're going to hold for another minute. Just grabbing the stopwatch here, oops. And you're going to put your soles of your feet together and you're just going to drop your knees out to the side. So the soles of my feet are pressed together and I'm just dropping out here, stretching into this groin area. And I'm going to hold this for a minute. And my hands are nice and relaxed to the sides. And I'm just really relaxing. Again for a minute. Try and be aware that every bit of you is resting, letting go, because only really get these muscles lengthening if you're relaxing into the stretch. You shouldn't be forcing anything, you shouldn't be using your muscles, you should just be resting and relaxing into the stretch. Just letting gravity to move your knees out to the side. Another few seconds. Good. And bring your knees back together again. And just loosen up your lower back with a little bit of that pelvic tilting again. Pulling back with your pelvis. Remember, your pelvis gets closer to your rib cage, sort of scrunches up here, and you push your pelvis forward, you rock it forward, so there's a bigger gap between the top of your pelvis and your rib cage. Coming in and your belly sucks in, going out and your belly pushes out. Good. And the next one we're going to do is you're going to take your left knee, bend it up, put the ankle across the left ankle across the right knee. Keep your pelvis even on the mat, so you're not rocking from one side to the other. And you're going to put your hand on that bent left knee and you're going to push it away from you. And you'll feel a stretch all the way around your hip into the groin area, possibly into the back of your glutes. And this is stretching your piriformis muscle, which is right deep in your glutes, and it's really important to open that up. Useful for when you're walking, you need to be flexible around there. It can help with low back pain, it can help with knee and hip pain. So this is a really important stretch to be doing. Again, we're going to hold this for a minute. It's a big muscle. Keep everything else relaxed. Make sure your fingers and your toes are relaxed whilst you're doing this. Your face is relaxed and you're just going to rest into that stretch. Keep pushing on that leg away from you, so you're rotating the hip away from you. Keep pushing into that, so you don't rock your pelvis. And release it out slowly. Bring that knee round the shin, hold it and give it a good stretch up to your chest, and then put it out straight. Push it as straight as you can, that leg. Pull the toes up towards your nose and then bend your knee again, and you're going to do exactly the same with the opposite leg. So this time the right ankle goes across the left knee and you're going to push away. Now this one on me is much tighter because I had an accident on this side a few years back. But with doing these stretches, it has got a lot better. And I don't get any pain now in the back of my thigh or around my hip, which is what I used to be getting before I started to stretch. So keep pressing into this stretch. Feeling it opening up, let your face relax, your fingers relax. Halfway. A little bit more, really good push before we get to the end of the minute. Rotate it away from you and release that out. Bring that knee up to your chest, give it a good hug, hold it round the shin and then straighten it out. And now you can push both your legs down straight, pull your toes up towards your nose. And relax. And then you're just going to bend your knees up again and just tilting your pelvis backwards and forwards. Backwards and forwards. So for the last couple of things we're going to do, I'm just going to move myself around here. Obviously you can stay put. I'm just going to move myself around here because I think you'll be able to see a little bit better. And there we go. Hopefully that's good. I'm just going to put my knees straight and I'm just pumping my ankles up and down. Just pumping them up and down and circling them around. We forget about our feet. We need to just circle them outwards and inwards and back out again about 3 times and back in again. And then give your toes a really good wiggle and your fingers a really good wiggle. Try to stretch your toes right out. Pull your big toes up and point your big toes down. Pull your big toes up. Point your big toes down. We forget all about moving our toes and we walk around on them all day and we get to wonder why they start getting a bit sore, and most of the time it's because we're not getting our toes very flexible. So try and spread them out. Spread them out. This is another one you can do, you know, just if you're sitting reading or, you know, watching some telly or something, you can just move these feet around, pump them up and down, nice and strong. If you've got a desk job, this is something you need to do a lot of. You can do it in sitting, just pumping them up and down. Good, and then the last stretch we're going to do is just bringing your knees up together, knees and feet tight together. You're going to take your arms out to 90 degrees and you're just going to roll your knees over to one side. Keep your shoulders and your arms on the mat. Keep your knees and your feet together. Don't force it, just let gravity take you, and then you can take the top leg over and just add to that stretch. Now you'll feel it all the way down your back, into your shoulder, possibly along the top of your leg, and you're just going to relax into that stretch for a few seconds. Just breathe into it. Big breath in and then sigh out of your mouth. And then knees and feet back together, tight together, roll through the centre line. Don't move your feet, don't move your hips. You just go straight over to the other direction. Block and over with your leg. And again, feel that really stretch into the front of your shoulder, all the way down your back. Relax into that. Again, you can breathe into it. And as you breathe out, you feel your muscles relax. Really good if you've got tight from sitting at a desk too much, carrying too much. And knees and feet back together again. And then bring your hands down to your side, a little bit of that pelvic tilting again. And we're just going to do the same thing, but this time with hands by the side. Takes the stretch lower into your back, and you can take that top leg over. Relax into it. Don't force anything. And knees and feet back together. And we'll roll over the other way. Take the top leg over. Relax. Don't force it. Let your shoulders stay on the ground. Good. Back to the centre again. Little bit of pelvic tilting. Bring one knee up to your chest. Bring your other knee, give them a good hug. Pop them back down again. And now you're going to turn over onto your side and you're going to come back up into standing. And we're nearly there with our stretch class. So come up into standing, hands on your hips, on your lower back. Nice stretch round. Circle round. times, and the other way. Good, stretch up and round and back. A bit of a spin from side to side, and just take a moment now just to stand with your feet rooted, your head pulling up, your shoulders just let go, and just see how you feel now compared to what you felt before. Do you feel